Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Boruto, Naruto Next Generations, Chapter 44. When we last left our heroes, Sarada had used the Chidori to take out Boro's core, which had made him kind of grow, expand, chaotically, kind of lose his mind a little bit. And as all hope was lost, Momoshiki kind of took over Boruto for a little bit, and killed Boro with his Otsutsuki jutsus. Boruto then went back to normal, with a last warning from Momoshiki that it's not yet time for him to lose it all, or whatever the line was. And that's kind of where we left off last month. So let's jump right on. Oh, also, Kashi and Koji arrived at the Kara base, ran into Amado, who told him that Jigen and Code were in the back room. Jigen's only like 10% strength, and Koji told Amado that he was going to kill Jigen. So we'll see what that all is about, because apparently that means that Amado is in on the little plot there. Though what I just realized is that if killing an Otsutsuki makes you their next host, maybe Kashin Koji is trying to become Ishiki's host? Maybe, for some reason? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's jump into chapter number 44, Amado. So we open with Naruto waking up. They've got a Naruto out of the tea kettle, apparently, so this is not what the first chapter was promising. Obviously, if Naruto is out of the kettle. As Boruto, Hinata, and Himawari are all looking over him. Naruto? Papa! And Naruto looks at them. Hinata? Kids? And Boruto smiles. You're finally awake! Took you long enough! I'll go tell Kawaki and the others, and he runs off. Boruto, remember, this is a hospital, don't run. And Naruto is just sitting there silently before he asks, I made it? I'm alive? And then elsewhere in the hospital, in Kawaki's hospital room, Katasuke is looking over Kawaki. This could be an adverse reaction from having forced the continued attachment of the chakra-incompatible prosthetic hand. It may be that the nanomachines in your blood are attempting to reject it. At this rate, your body's physical functions will keep declining bit by bit, and your chronic muscular pain will likely persist as well. What is that about? Is somehow using the Naruto hand after Naruto was sealed away somehow like damaging Kawaki? I don't know. And Sumire is also there. And she's like leaning over to, I guess, inject him with something. Hey, hold it right there. What's that? Don't worry, it's just a painkiller. I figured we could at least alleviate the pain. But it just dulls my senses, right? No thanks. Keep that away from me. Oh, sorry, and Sumire kind of backs off. And Katasuke looks at that and pauses for a moment before he says, Normally it would just be a matter of performing the appropriate treatment, but as you know, the workings of your body are far beyond our understanding. So there's nothing we can do, unfortunately. It's alright. My body's been made to not die so easily anyway. For better or for worse. And Sumire looks at him, Kawaki. And just then, Boruto, slams the door open and rushes into the room. Kawaki! Dad's woken up! And Kawaki looks at him, for real? The rescue mission, then we're back in Naruto's hospital room with Shikamaru talking to him. The rescue mission was carried out by Boruto's Team 7, and Kawaki. All of them acted on their own. Kawaki, too. Naruto is now strong enough to sit up. Yeah, they pushed their way past me and jumped into enemy territory. Moreover, they apparently took down one of the top members of Kara who was standing guard over you. Seriously? That's big stuff. And Shikamaru looks at him. It ended up turning out well, but you absolutely cannot condone such a rash act. They could have all died. Shikamaru is, keeping his head on straight. Genin acting rashly? So things haven't changed since we were brats. Come on, it's like a Konoha tradition. He's not fucking wrong. He is not fucking wrong. And Shikamaru glares at him. This is no laughing matter. That bastard Jigen can use Kawaki's karma to infiltrate Konoha any time. We're still under threat of that, don't forget. Naruto pauses. Yeah, believe me, I know. Speaking of Kara, we're back in their base. Amado enters into a room with Kashin Koji. Sorry to keep you waiting, Kashin. Everything's ready now. Koji looks back at him. That's all you're taking? Doesn't look like much. I only need one section of cell fragments and the digitalized data aggregate. The work itself can be done using their equipment. And Koji gets down, uses a summoning jutsu. Very well. Kuchiyose summoning. Steam Toad. And Amado looks up at the frog with his cigarette, and the frog like opens his mouth at him, and Koji looks down. It's your call, but I recommend putting out the smoke. Huh, thanks for the advice. And then, sorry, my Siri just went off. And Delta walks in. Or we see a high-heeled shoe, which is almost certainly Delta. What are you two geezers getting all bromantic over? Did a Naruto character just say bromantic in a real life? And Amado and Koji both look at her. Where do you think you're going, Amado? And without Jigen's permission, no less. And yeah, it is Delta. And Koji jumps down from the toad. It's apparently already swallowed Amado. Amado was crawling into the mouth when Delta walked in. And Koji hits the ground. I'm not turning a blind eye if you're committing mutiny. I guess Amado has not already been swallowed yet. I'm taking her down, Amado. Hope you don't mind. So yeah, I guess they're just kind of committing mutiny, but we don't really know the reasons for that. Actually, no need to bother. And Koji looks back at him confused. Time to go to sleep, Delta. And Delta twitches, and just kind of falls over. I guess maybe it's because, you know, she's some kind of artificial body. We know that much, right? Because of when she got blown up by Naruto, and then she kind of, like, put her personality in a new body. And Koji looks down at her, like, collapsed body. That seems to be an emergency shutdown code. I suspect I've been similarly programmed. So, hold on. Going back to the fucking Jiraiya theory, that I really don't want to go to because I hate the Jiraiya theory, but that would explain some things if Koji is an artificial body with Jiraiya's personality and chakra implanted in it. That could explain how he survived. Please don't be Jiraiya. Please don't be Jiraiya, Koji. I don't want that. Anyway, Amado just continues crawling back into the mouth. And he sits down on the toad's tongue. Alright, ready when you are. Do it. And then I get what he's doing. He's reverse summoning Amado. He's gonna send the toad back to I guess Mount Myoboku. Or unless this toad's from a different toad culture. And that way Amado can escape before Koji does his mutiny. Anyway, he gets ready for a jutsu. When you arrive, follow the wall to the right. Happy hunting. What's the hunting, though? If he's just trying to let Amado escape, he wouldn't say happy hunting there. So I don't know. Good luck to you as well. And Amado flicks out a cigarette. The toad closes its mouth. Ninpo. Reverse summoning. And the toad poofs away. And then it arrives in some forest somewhere. Amado crawls out of the mouth. He's in the Leaf Village now. Or he's at the Leaf Village. The outskirts of the Leaf Village. Follow that wall to the right. Gah. I forgot. It was another cigarette in his mouth. Excuse me. I forgot to bring a light. And Koji gets up and walks down the hall. Now we're back in the Leaf Village. Sasuke asks, Boruto, are you sure? And he's at Sarada's hospital bed, who's also been hospitalized. I kind of forgot about that. Anyway. So Sasuke is questioning Sarada about what happened. I swear, his karma's pattern was different than usual, and he grew a horn-like thing on his head. Plus his right eye was a Byakugan. And Sasuke pauses. He took down, and Mitsuki and Sakura are also in the room. He took down in the flash the enemy that we couldn't beat as a team. He had unbelievable power, as if he wasn't Boruto. It was like... and Sasuke finishes for her, Otsutsuki. Huh? Right? He looked like them. And looks over, Mitsuki also pauses, as Mitsuki's very clearly thinking the same thing. But Sarada asks, Otsutsuki? You mean like Momoshiki and Kinshiki? What is going on with Boruto's body? Is he alright? And Sakura goes to comfort her. Now, Sarada, just worry about yourself right now. You need to rest and recover, or else you won't be able to help Boruto when he needs it. Sasuke looks at her. Sakura's right. You did well. Just take it easy now. Okay, Dad. And Mitsuki looks over at her and then turns to Sasuke. Master Sasuke, may I have a word? And Sasuke looks down before he leaves with Mitsuki to the rooftop. And Mitsuki says to Sasuke, "What's happening to Boruto isn't normal, and it's clear to everyone, not just those like me who watch him closely all the time." I love that little reminder of how much Mitsuki loves Boruto. Sasuke looks at him. Plus, the Kara member that we fought said this of Boruto, that he's Otsutsuki Momoshiki's vessel. And Sasuke just looks at him as, like, the wind blows dramatically at the right moment, of course. And Sasuke responds, "So Momoshiki's will still exists inside the karma, and is trying to take over Boruto's body. Something like that? It doesn't seem like Boruto himself is aware of this, at least as of right now." And Sasuke looks at him. "You know, I was suspicious about Momoshiki's motives for granting Boruto such a power, but it makes sense if it's something that allows him to resurrect himself." And Mitsuki pauses again. "So that's what Bora meant by vessel? If your conjecture is correct, then Kawaki was also etched with a karma to allow for some other Otsutsuki's resurrection?" "Yeah, and logic would point to it being the one who gave Kawaki his karma, and that would be Jigen. But," and Mitsuki looks at him confused, "to my eyes, it looked like Jigen himself was a vessel for yet another being." So Sasuke is now like, basically, he's right. We know that he's right. He's a vessel for Ishiki. But he's, starting to put the pieces together. "What?" Mitsuki just looked at him. And somewhere else, Chocho and Inojin are training. Chocho uses an art of expansion, followed by human juggernaut. And Inojin jumps back, ready as a ninpo, cartoon beast mimicry. And he gets like a cartoon bird to like fly him out of the way of the human boulder. Come on! Heh. Just then something like swishes at the bird, and the bird starts to like freeze up, and then disappears as Inojin falls to the ground. Ow! Ow! Oh, it's Shikadai. Heh. Shadow paralysis jutsu. You let your guard down, Inojin. Did you forget this is a battle royale? Heh. What about you? Huh? And we see Chocho's right behind him. Art of partial expansion. Crap! And she like brings her hand down as Shikadai barely jumps out of the way. It's important to note that like we don't normally see a lot of Team 10 in the manga. And the fact that we're getting like a shot of them battling, it makes me think they're going to be important in the next arc as the arc goes on. Anyway, Shikadai dodged the attack. Gah, I was sure you'd keep going after Inojin. And Chocho looks up at him. And I thought you might think that, so I decided to outwit you. And Inojin calls out to them, "Hey, want to call it quits for the day? I'm hungry." "Excuse me, are you ignoring me?" And Chocho like snaps at him. And just then Amado is there, and he slow claps for them. "That was splendid, truly magnificent." "Huh?" "A new generation of Inoshikacho. It's my lucky day. By the way, I doubt you do, but would any of you happen to have a light?" So there is so much to unpack in that panel right there. First of all, he's clearly not here for an espionage mission, as like he just like walks up to Inoshikacho. He also is familiar with Inoshikacho. He refers to them as a new generation of Inoshikacho, which maybe he could get from Shikadai and Chocho, but Inojin does not use Yamanaka Jutsu. He uses size techniques. He's not big on the mind transfer. That's a big part of his character in the anime. So he's very clearly, he seems to be in the know in a way I wasn't really expecting him to be. So I'm very, very curious about all that. Anyway, Shikadai just looks at him. "Huh? Who the heck are you?" And Amado walks up to them. "Hey, hold it right there. Konoha village lies just beyond. State your business, mister." And Amado continues walking. I'll discuss that directly with you. Excuse me? "I'll discuss that directly with your father, Nara Shikadai." "Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, here's a crack theory if ever there was one. Okay, so let's look at some of the Kara members that we know, alright? Ao, died in the war. Okay. Kashin Koji, maybe is Jiraiya. Every chapter is like, is there a new hint that he's Jiraiya? What if most, if not all, of the Kara members are presumed dead people? That might explain why he is, why Amado knows Ino Shikucho if he is Shikaku or Inoichi. We have not seen his jutsu yet at all, so who's to say? He doesn't really look like them either. But, like, that's why I'm saying this is a fucking crack theory that has absolutely no basis in canon, but what if? But, like, he clearly knows enough about them to know Shikadai's name, despite the fact that it probably was not said in this little battle, though we don't know how much he was there for. I don't know. Anyway, I'll discuss that directly with your father, Nara Shikadai. I'd be obliged if you'd take me to him. And Shikadai gets ready as shadow paralysis. Are you listening to me? And he catches Amado in the paralysis. I said halt. You're too sketchy. And he gets out this thing that looks like a tuning fork. And it lets out this, like, tone that makes all three of them have to, like, clutch their ears. What the? And the jutsu breaks. What? Is that a scientific ninja tool? And it goes... Hold on. So, Shikadai's surprised at something. He's surprised initially by the jutsu breaking, and then he's surprised again as he looks down to his shadow. Did Amado just use shadow paralysis? Did make Shikadai's shadow paralyze Shikadai? Did that just happen? Because Shikadai says, "You've got to be kidding. He hijacked my shadow paralysis jutsu?" And Inojin looks up. Shikadai! And Amado gets right up next to Shikadai. Shikadai, like, turns to look at him. And he raises up his hand, and he does something with his glove, I think. Oh, he gets this thing that looks like a taser out of his knuckles, and he presses up to Shikadai, who then falls over. And Amado catches him. I'll have you be quiet for a little while. Don't worry, it's a benign drug. However, and he places this collar on Shikadai's neck. Whether you survive past today is up to your father. So here's a big anti-Jiraiya theory moment. Because if, all of the Koji is trying to bring down Jigen, kind of speaks to maybe he is Jiraiya working on the inside to bring down Jigen. But Jiraiya would never betray the Leaf Village. Jiraiya would never in a million years do that. So he would never, ever send someone to kill Leaf Shinobi. That's not something Jiraiya would do. So I hope this puts the Jiraiya theory to bed forever. Anyway, so yeah, Shikadai has this bomb collar attached. We then go to the Yamanaka flower store. Ino is, arranging some flowers. Mom! Inojin? So we see that Inojin's, like, psychic techniques are more advanced than they are in the manga. He can make mental communication with Ino. What's the matter? Where are you? Mom, it's Shikadai. Shikadai's in big trouble. Can you put me in touch with Master Shikamaru, like, right now? Back in the hospital, speaking of Shikamaru, he and Naruto come to check in on Kawaki. Yo, how's he doing? And Katasuke looks back, Lord Seventh? Dad! You sure you should be up and about? That's, Boruto. Yup, I feel fine now. And Kawaki is still in bed rest, looks over at him. Excuse me. I guess you do look full of energy, damn it. You had us real worried. Thanks, Kawaki. I heard you went to great lengths to rescue me. Kawaki looks at him. I didn't do a thing. You should give your thanks to Sarada and Mitsuki. Hey, what about me? You shut up. Be quiet. This is a hospital. And Naruto kind of laughs at that. I do like, even though they definitely are, I guess friends now, they still aren't like, they're still like getting on each other's nerves a lot. It just seems, it feels like a very fun relationship there. But Shikamaru like puts a damper on all this. Sorry I put a damper on this fun convo, but Kawaki, we used the same word choice there. But Kawaki, we're going to assign an even tighter guard around you from here on out, since we don't know when Jigen might try to show up again. And Kawaki looks over at him. The only ones who stand in any real chance against him are Naruto and Sasuke. So we'll have you keep living under Naruto's protection, but your range of free movement will be more restrictive than before. Got it? I mean, I don't know if Naruto and Sasuke have a real chance against Jigen, given that they tried to fight him and then lost, so... yeah, not really. And Kawaki kind of like turns away, sure. And Boruto looks at him sad. And just then, Shikamaru hears a message from Ino, I think. Shikamaru, can you hear me? We have an emergency. Ino, what is it? Shikamaru, just listen to me calmly. It's Shikadai. He's been captured by a man claiming to be part of Kara. A bomb's been strapped around his neck. What? And we see now a whole bunch of people have come out to the Leaf Village, including Sai, Moegi, I think that might be Udon on the side, maybe. The Moegi, of course, because she's Inoshika Cho's leader. The guy's name is Amado. Sai and a few others are there right now. Amado's demanding to speak with you. And the rest of the crew, I don't think has heard that. I think it's just straight into Shikamaru's brain. But they can tell something's wrong, clearly. Naruto looks back. Hey, Shikamaru? And Moegi makes his first move in this conflict. Doton, Earth style, gravel! And the Earth, rises up to encase Amado, and seemingly gets the bomb collar off Shikadai, unless that's a mistake on the artist. But Shikadai does not seem to have his collar on there. And Sai turns to her. Moegi, no! I've trapped him. Now we can... and Amado, turns to look at her, and glares down at her from above. Listen closely. Kazamatsuri Moegi. You see the object hanging from that tree branch behind me? That's right. It's identical to the one I put on your student, Shikadai. I'm going to trigger it to detonate now. Yes, without being able to move at all. What? Boom. And the collar makes a squeal noise, and then explodes. Which means I'm guessing that is just an art mistake with Shikadai not having the collar on there. Anyway, and everyone looks on in shock that he can do that without using his hands at all. Do you understand now? There's no point in restraining me. Furthermore, Shikadai's collar is set to auto-detonate in roughly 48 hours, and only I can disarm it, so I don't recommend killing me either. Ugh. And Sai turns to her. Undo your jutsu and let him go, Moegi. And she does, and Amado, falls back to the ground. And Sai, grudgingly says, we're listening. Now talk. And Amado kind of, brushes off the dust off his sleeve. Before I get into it, I just want to apologize for the circumstances that forced me to take such drastic measures. Please forgive me. I wasn't intending to hurt anybody, but time is truly of the essence. And Sai glares at him. Sorry, but I'm not feeling very trusting right now. Your opinion doesn't matter. I told you there's no time. Put me in touch with Nara Shikamaru. Hurry. And just then Shikamaru comes in. I'm listening, mister. Who are you? And he puts a hand up to his ear. 1 second, let me take some more water. Sorry, a lot of talking in this video. We're already 23 minutes in. Wow. Anyway. So this is the much-rumored Yamanaka clan jutsu. Very handy. You said there's no time, so quit the chit-chat. Why'd you ask for me? And Amado replies, it's a matter that I would normally want to ask Lord Hokage. However, I believe he was taken down by Jigen and is unavailable. And I hear you're the one with decision-making authority in this case. That's why. So, hold on, that means that... I guess they would not have heard that Naruto is freed yet, because, Boro is dead without a trace, and Amado left pretty quickly after that, so I guess he wouldn't know yet. He knows that Naruto is taken hostage by Jigen? Well, that lends truth to his claim of being a member of Kara at the very least. Ino, Naruto and Dr. Gatasuke are here with me right now. Can you link us all together? Ino replies, you make it sound so easy, but sure. Amado, was it? I'll let you in on something. Our Hokage has been back for a while. He's standing next to me. What? Wait a minute, that means that someone defeated Boro? Who? And I guess Kabuki can hear it too, because he replies, that voice is Amado, alright. What the heck is he doing here? Naruto chimes in, this is 7th Hokage Uzumaki Naruto. Speak. What do you want with Konoha? And Amado pauses for a moment before replying, Lord Hokage, you sound well, I'm glad. Now is even more worth it to have risked my life to come here. Let me get straight to the point. I, Amado, wish to defect to Konoha. That's fake. No way. That specific line Koji said about happy hunting, I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. Especially because he bombs Shikadai? There's something more up here. And that obviously gets everyone's attention. Naruto just pauses in shock. Shikamaru, what? And Boruto asks, defect? What does that mean? Does he not know what defect means, or is he just like shocked that he's offering to defect? And in return, I offer intel to you on Kara, Jigen, Ten Tails, and Otsutsuki. I'll share everything I know. Next chapter hits April 20th. Alright then. I don't believe him for a second. I think there's some grander game here. Though I have been known to believe things and they turn out to not be as complicated as I was making them. The chapter is still a really fun time. Again, the Boruto manga kills. So yeah, first of all, there's a lot of, there's definitely something up with Amado that no one's getting at. The fact that he knows everyone's name. Like knowing Shikamaru and Naruto is one thing. They're big celebrities. Shikadai, maybe he's Shikamaru's son. If he's done research on Shikamaru, maybe he found out Shikadai's name, perhaps. But to know Moegi's last name? No one knows Moegi's last name. I don't think Kishimoto knows Moegi's last name before this chapter. It's Moegi. No one's ever thought about Moegi. Anyway, what else can I talk about? I'm trying to think what to make of I'm trying to piece together what the fuck is up with Amado. That's really the big question here. I am highly skeptical of him. I fully think he's lying. I think he has some grander plan. I do believe he is anti-Kara. I definitely think that, because he is fully on Koji's kill Jigen strategy. Right? So I think there's almost, in reality, there's a third faction at play here. There's Konoha, and perhaps the shinobi world at large. There's Jigen's faction, the bulk of Kara, Jigen, Code, Delta, whatever outers are still around. And then there's a third faction that, as far as we know, is just Koji and Amado, who maybe defect is the wrong term. Maybe defect is the wrong term. Because I do think that Jiraiya would not advocate for, strapping a bomb to elite village shinobi. I don't think he'd do that. But I do think that it's perfectly possible that Koji and Amado want to ally themselves with Konoha. Or at least Amado does. Because also, another thing that I just realized is that if Koji is right about to kill Jigen, why do this? Unless he thinks Koji is going to lose. Telling them information on Jigen means nothing if Jigen's about to die, right? So I think that he has I think he's on the same side as Koji. I think he wants the same thing, but he does not think for a moment that Koji will win the fight. Whenever we actually get that fight. I don't know, there's a lot to think about Amado right now. My theory is that he's not gonna he and Koji aren't pro Leaf Village or whatever. They're just anti-Jigen, and at least Amado is trying to hedge his bets with the most powerful force that is anti-Jigen. Though I don't know why he's anti-Jigen, especially given what we saw in that one chapter a while ago about Jigen promising Amado the everything we want line. I think it was in 40 or 41 or so. I'm not going to track it down right now. I don't know. There's a whole lot going on there. The chapter's also just a really grand old time. Amado, he's my favorite kind of dramatic villain. The slow clap, the, full confidence. Amado's just a fun villain. He's right in my niche. I don't know, so I'm really excited for the next chapter, even if we have to wait a whole month, but still really pumped for that. So I think I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, don't forget to drop me a like or subscribe, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, what's the line? Hold on. Your life is your own, okay? Bye!